Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for December 19th, 2017. For your Tuesday, we're going to have a system off to our north here that's going to eventually bring a cold front through the area overnight. But during the day today, we expect partly to mostly cloudy skies. It's going to depend on where you're at. I think the southern half of our coverage area down in here should be partly cloudy. Somewhere in the middle, we should be times of partly cloudy to mostly cloudy, and then mostly cloudy across the far north, closest to this area of low pressure. So that's what the deal is for today. No precipitation, though. We do have this dry frontal patches is going to come through tonight, but out ahead of this, we're going to have some very warm temperatures. Should be approaching the middle 50s down here in our southern areas in Philadelphia, South Jersey, and Delaware. Maybe 50 across the central sections, and mid to upper 40s further north. This, of course, is above average for this time of year, and this is the end of our mild period once we have our short mild period of 2 days. Once we have this cold front, which is situated just like this, we'll move through during the overnight hours. And once that happens, we start to clear out. These clouds will finally go away. That's been hanging around the last couple days. And we turn cooler here for Wednesday and Thursday, especially Thursday. I think Thursday is they lower the 2 days by a couple degrees, but temperatures will still be hovering near average for this time of year, which are now upper 30s to low 40s. So kind of be in that range here for the Wednesday, Thursday time frame. So not getting brutally cold behind this cold front. And this is a quick shot of colder air. And Wednesday we have the partly cloudy skies because we have this system moving due west to east. It's going to stay to our south, not coming up the coast and giving us any rain or snow. This is going to stay to our south and head off eastward off the Carolina coast and just continue eastward from there. So partly cloudy on Wednesday, mostly sunny skies by the time we get to Thursday. And again, Thursday is going to be the cooler of the 2 days, but we will be Thursday will be mostly sunny because we have high pressure and control across the northeastern United States and southeastern Canada. So we will be cooler and mostly sunny here on Thursday. Once we get to Friday, we're going to have a warm front move through early, so we could have some clouds start to increase rather quickly. I call it a mostly cloudy day here on Friday. I do think the precipitation, though, with the trailing system, this is going to be cutting up through the Great Lakes and into southeastern Canada eventually. It's going to have a cold front with it. The showers associated with it, I think, do hold off until probably later in the day or the evening. More likely the evening, I'm thinking, and then heading into the overnight hours, we have some rain showers coming with this. You can see the area of low pressure here at this point, just north of Erie in western New York and west of the Finger Lakes here. It's going to head off to the northeast, and that is going to drag a cold front through our region, but this is going to be slow to move eastward. So I do think it's going to be raining much of Friday night and at least the first half of Saturday. All right, and the cold front itself is going to be situated, once this comes through, it's going to be situated right back here. So there are going to be some cold air for western Pennsylvania rushing in, may get some change to snow at the end. I don't expect that in our area. I just think temperatures are going to be very, very warm here on Saturday. Some areas are going to get close to 60 degrees, I think, down here by Philadelphia, South Jersey, Delaware. So elsewhere are going to be in the 50s everywhere ahead of this front because they get that warm surge out ahead of the front until the front moves through. Then once the front comes through, we do think it gets cooler, but the question is, how cold do we get and how quickly? Is it just going to be a quick shot here for Sunday, which of course is Christmas Eve? I do think it cools down, but back down to near average or pretty close to it on Sunday. The next question is, does the southeast ridge try to pump up and push this front backwards in a sense, so we get the surge of warmth coming back in right away? I will tell you there's a tremendous amount of cold air, and I'll show you in this next image, tremendous amount of cold air behind this that's wanting to come eastward. But at the same time, you have the southeast ridge that's kind of flexing at the same time and trying to push up against it. It's just a matter of where this boundary meets is going to determine how cold we get for Christmas Eve and Christmas. We talked about this in yesterday's video. I'm going to illustrate that better here on this map. This is what the European model is showing anyway. And you can see this is all very cold temperatures and tremendous cold temperatures up here. Okay, this is very cold temperatures. This is the southeast ridge. This is what the European model is showing. And all this is the ridge out here is trying to push up against this cold, trying to come in eastward. Eventually this cold will win out. It's just a matter of when. Okay, and this is very critical in this forecast because we do have a system that's kind of lurking around Christmas Day, and there's the difference of where this gradient sets up. If it's off to our west like this and you have these warm temperatures and the system comes in, obviously we're dealing with rain. If this system is further southeast, or the gradient is further southeast, like this, and you have the storm coming up like this, we have a different outcome. Okay, we could have snow or snow changing to rain or something like that, and there's a lot of different possibilities with that. Right now I'm going to show you what the GFS shows because I can't really show you what the European does for a couple reasons. But this is a look at Sunday night. So we do have Saturday and Sunday do look like they are dry. This weekend is dry. The question is, what happens once we get into Christmas Eve night and Christmas Day? Well, the GFS today decided it wanted to bring a snow event because the baroclinic boundary, or the thermal gradient, whatever you want to call it, is situated like this. So you have the cold air pressing up against that boundary this way, and the warm southeast ridge pumping against this way. So wherever that boundary meets is where you have that low forming along it and moving along it and giving you precipitation. So on the west side is going to be cold and snow, and on the east side is rain. Now, of course, if this boundary, which again I have here on the GFS is right here, is up here instead, like where the European model has it, then we're all rain. If it's a little bit further southeast, more areas get into the snow. So there's a lot of different possibilities here. These are still not worked out. They won't be worked out probably until we get past midweek and the model starts settling on a solution. You have to remember this is still looking at day 7 here. We're looking at day 6, day 7 time frame. So it's still going out quite a ways for the models, and the model error at that range is still pretty high. And there's vast differences between both the GFS and the European models with the projections of this time frame. I'm not going to side either way right now. I'm just going to say we're going to monitor this and let you know what's happening throughout the course of the week. But even the GFS here has a snow initially changing over to rain idea with one of its runs that ran on Monday. So we'll just wait and see what happens, whether or not it's going to be a very warm Christmas. And we're talking about a difference of 25 degrees between what the GFS and European model is showing. So this is pretty drastic depending on where this boundary is. If you're on the cooler side of the boundary, obviously you're below average temperatures. If you're on the opposite side, the leeward side of the boundary, or on the warm side of the boundary, temperatures could be up in the 60s here for Christmas. So one way or another, we're going to figure this out this week, and it's going to take until a little past the middle of this week before we can finally latch on to an idea and run with it. But we're not quite there just yet. So continue to follow along this week. We'll have updates throughout the week, of course, as we always do on the daily forecast videos. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is your outlook for December 19th, 2017. Have a great Tuesday.